Washington.
Thank you, John. It's time for the sports. Toby Hughes back at the sports desk after a weekend in Albuquerque.
Oh, it was a pleasure, too. That was a good basketball tournament.
It was.
And a lot of upsets.
Yes.
But
sounds like the NCAA.
But a lot of people knew what was going to happen.
Okay.
Lovington Wildcats came home yesterday. They had the biggest trophy of them all, the state Class 3A basketball championship. And for whatever the so-called experts had to say about how the Wildcats got to Albuquerque, everyone was convinced up there when it was over, the Cats are the best. As for the folks in Lovington, they knew it all along. Judy Mulkey was on hand for the homecoming yesterday.
A jam-packed high school parking lot filled with the electricity of victory awaited the police-escorted Class AAA champs. For Lovington, it was the first state championship since 1949. Banners were strung and supporters cheered as Coach Art Carter told how he felt about the Wildcat victory.
I can't put it in words. I've had all night to think about it. There's 12 guys standing over here. They're the ones that receive the credit. I just went along for the ride. We made a goal to get to the state tournament, far beyond a dream that we'd ever be the state champions. It's been 34 years, and I was 6 years old then, and I hope it's not that long again because we plan on going back a few more years. But these guys deserve everything they've gotten. We went in as an unranked team. Nobody said we could do anything. We didn't deserve to be there, but, you know, we brought home the blue trophy, and I don't care what they say, is the best team in 3A right here.
It was more tearful for others like Ken Choate. Choate played for the Wildcats in the 1949 championship game. Son Nathan Choate shot 12 of 17 baskets from the field in Saturday's game.
I think Coach Carter pretty well summed it up when he said he couldn't believe it. Well, it's hard to believe. Since 1949 is a long time against the same team.
I just think we played as a team, and that it's just great. I don't know what to say.
Great, yay!
Lovington dominated the championship game against Tucumcari, racking up a 92-81 win. We're Number One is a phrase, a song, and a proclamation to be heard throughout Lovington for many years to come. Judy Mulkey.
In 9 years. Flooding and snow across the nation today. 8 inches of snow buried normally warm El Paso, Texas, and up to 7 inches of rain flooded parts of the South. With today's top stories, I'm Karen Francola.
This is public television for the high plains of eastern New Mexico and West Texas. KENW-TV, Portales, New Mexico, coming to you from the Broadcast Center at Eastern New Mexico University. Hello, folks. We're in Wildcat country in Lovington, New Mexico, right outside the home of the Lovington Wildcats, the 1983 basketball champs. We'd like to welcome you back to Sports Look after a month of being off for Festival 83 and also being preempted by several other programs. We're going to be going inside the gymnasium in a few moments, and we're going to talk with Coach Art Carter and his Lovington Wildcats, who were such a Cinderella team in the state tournament this year. We also are going to be talking with the Melrose Buffaloes a little later on in the show as Coach Bob Jamin, those Melrose Buffalo girls, go up to the state tournament and for the second or third year win the state championship. We're very pleased to be back with you, and let's go inside the Lovington High School gym now and meet the 1983 champs. The 1983 Class 3A state champion basketball team, Lovington Wildcats.
I'm Patrick Comer, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Greg Laporte, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Perry Howard, and I'm a junior.
Brock Pemberton, I'm a junior.
David Rollins, and I'm a junior. Steve Ellison, a senior.
Okay, and Steve here would be a good one to start off with. He's a good talker. Steve, you haven't any relatives over at Hobbs, do you?
No, I sure don't.
You don't? Well, there's used to be some Ellisons over in Hobbs. I'd ask you on the air here. I guess that's as good a time as any. Steve, obviously with coming into the state championship with a 12-14 record or an 11-14 record, you guys really weren't thinking state championship, were you, or did you in the district tournament when after you were beaten by Tucumcari in the district finals? Were you thinking state championship?
Well, the Tucumcari game to us wasn't really as important as the Portales game was. After that game, we sort of, I think all the guys, I'm not sure if anybody else did, but we all knew that we'd gelled and we could play with the best of them.
In looking at your team, there's not really a great deal of height. In fact, there's looks like a bunch of guards out there.
And we're small, but we get after them though.
What is for you after Lovington High School?
I plan on going on to college.
You have any idea?
Yes, Texas Tech. I'll be majoring in computer science.
Very good. We wish you well, Steve. Good luck to you, and congratulations on a great year.
Nathan Choate, senior.
And Nathan, you come through along with Vince and the whole team in that final game, but was there ever a time in the state tournament where you thought that both the first two games were very close, were they not? Was there any time when you thought that you were going down the tubes there?
Yes, both the first two games were very close, and it all came down at the last of the fourth quarter where we were missing 1-and-1s, and I myself missed a 1-and-1 too, and everybody was missing free throws, and I was beginning to wonder if we were ever going to pull it out.
But you did, and you go into the final game with Tucumcari, and you scored 25 points, and most valuable player for the Lovington Wildcats this year, right?
Yes, sir, and I have my team to thank for that, I guess.
For sure, and a very humble person, isn't he? And Nathan, you're also out for tennis, and you've been known for your tennis playing ability here in the district and the state for the last few years. How is your game going so far?
Well, I had to start out a little late this year because of state, but it's coming around slowly.
And what's for you in the future?
I'm going to go off, and I'm a major in psychology. I'm not sure where right now, and if I can play some ball somewhere, I'm going to try to.
Very good. Good luck to you, Nathan.
Thank you.
I want to mention one other thing. Nathan, come back here. Also, we want to mention that 1949, your father, Ken Choate, played on the state championship, the previous state championship team here at Lovington High School, and they played Tucumcari for the high school, for the state high school championship. That was before there were any classes. I know that had to be a real thrill to your father, huh?
It's kind of ironic, because I kind of thought about that earlier during the state tournament about the first two games, because they played Tucumcari in the finals also, and it kind of helped.
Very good. Good luck to you now.
Vince Homer, I'm senior.
I'm sorry, we don't have any time to talk with you. We've talked with Steve and Nathan here. No, you had a great final game, scoring 39 points, tying the Lovington High School state school record for scoring. Was that your best game of your entire career, you think?
Yes, it was by far. Just definitely had to be.
Obviously had to be the most exciting and the most rewarding, winning a state championship.
Yeah.
What about those other two games up in the state tournament? Were they pretty much cliffhangers, and would you ever bite your fingernails a little bit on any of those?
Yeah, especially the Deming game. They had us by 3 points. Seemed like the whole second half. We never could come over, and then we finally did. It's big relief. But they kind of drained us a little, because the games were so close.
And what about you after high school?
I plan on going to college and majoring in biology and possibly getting into school of pharmacy and playing basketball if I can.
Very good. Good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Paul Carberg, senior.
And Paul, you obviously had to share within this whole thing as far as it being the greatest thrill of your athletic life. Has basketball been the only sport that you've played since you were here in Lovington High School?
Yes, sir.
And you come in this year with a new coach. Of course, had you played for Art Kiger before?
2 years JV.
And was he a pretty popular choice for this job?
Oh, yeah.
He ought to get his job back next year, too, don't you think?
I think so.
And what's for you after high school?
Oh, I'm going to go on to college and try majoring in journalism or some kind of communications.
How about a little sports writing, huh?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Okay, very good. Well, good luck to you and congratulations on a fine career.
Thank you, sir.
Manuel Crine, I'm a senior.
And Manuel, probably your greatest thrill also as far as athletics are concerned, huh?
Yes, sir, it has.
And what were you thinking as you were going in that Tucumcari game in the district finals up in Tucumcari, and they beat you pretty handily, did they not?
Yes, they did, but I don't think we were really up for the game as we were like against Portales in the semifinals.
The Portales game was a must, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And when we played them in the state tournament, we still thought we could beat them.
Very good, and certainly did. It's hard to beat a team 4 times in a row, I guess. It had to be a really thrill for you, though. What's going to be for you in the future?
I plan to go to New Mexico Junior College.
And you have any idea what you'll major in?
No, not yet.
Very good. There'll be plenty of time for you to get that. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I'm Stacy Martin, and I'm a senior.
And pretty bashful guy too, right? Stacy, in your thinking at the very beginning of the year, were you thinking in terms of the team being as successful as it was? We've already talked about the fact that you really don't have a real big team, but obviously pretty quick, pretty good shooters, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's the first year you don't really think about winning state. You know, it's always in the back of your mind, but you just kind of try to grow together as a team and get improved from game to game, and then, you know, just continually try to get better and peak at the right time. And then when we played Bernalillo in the first round of the state tournament, you know, our 79 team got beat by Bernalillo in the state finals, and my brother was on that team, so there was a little personal vendetta in that one.
And what's with you after high school?
You know, playing the state championship, that'll probably be it for me, and hang up the team shoes and head on to New Mexico Junior College and major in some form of computers.
And they have a very fine computer program there.
Yeah. So I've heard, so I'm kind of looking forward to attending that.
I wish you well. Congratulations on a great career.
Thank you, Don.
We're now here with Coach Kiger and the head coach of Lovington Wildcats and Coach Tackett. We would like, first of all, to ask Coach Tackett, and we've got the name right now, I think, Coach. You are the junior varsity coach. Why don't you tell the folks in the viewing area here a little bit about you, how long you've been at Lovington, and where you're from, and so forth.
Okay, I grew up in Happy, Texas, which is a real big metropolis. And from there I went to Weatherford Junior College and then on to Texas Tech University, where I graduated 2 years ago. And I came to Lovington last year as a football and track coach, and this year was able to get into the sport that I really wanted to be into and what I went to school to do, and that was basketball.
And what an unbelievable year to get into it, huh?
Truly unbelievable. It's really a dream, you know, to be able to coach or be associated with a state championship team, and to be able to do that your first year, I don't know what I'm going to do to top it. I guess keep on getting one after another.
And how did your junior varsity team do this year?
We ended up 13-8, and we tied for second in district. So we had a fairly successful season. There was a few games we wished we could have pulled out, but I was pleased with it.
Well, we wish you well, and we hope that there are many more good years there in your coaching career, and hope that things go very well for you. And this fellow over here is a pretty good one, huh?
Very good.
Coach Kiger, it has to be just an unbelievable thrill. Your first head coaching job, at least on this level. I'm not sure your background. I remember you in 1979 as you came up with Coach Marvin Sanders, and as you say, we did the program live from the KENW studios, and never thinking at that time that just 3 or 4 years later you'd be back, or at least would be talking with you of a state championship team. But this is your first year, is it not, to coach?
Well, it's my first year to be head coach here at Lovington. I was the head coach in Texas back through 73 through 76 at a real big town called Spring Lake Earth, and we played against Coach Tackett when I coached against him, he was playing. And then I came here, and I spent 6 years as an assistant here, 4 under Coach Sanders and then 2 under Coach Stoltz. And then this year I moved up as the head coach. And like you said, little dreaming that we would be the state champion. We talk about it, but I think you talk about it in ways to keep your team positive, because that's the ultimate goal, is to go to the state tournament and play. We wanted to do that, and we felt like we were fortunate enough to get there. But from then on, I think the kids demonstrated what they were able to do. And we played basketball like we were capable of doing. I know that we did get hot from the outside in the championship game. Probably one of those rare occasions that those kind of shots are going to fall in, 10 in a row from Nathan and then 15 out of 20 from Vince. You don't expect those kind of games out of those kids, but, they got the print, but there was a lot of other guys that didn't get the print that did their job, and that's why we're state champions.
We've already talked about the fact that, in fact, talking with some of the young men, we've talked about that it's not a very big team. I didn't have the pleasure to see them play this year, but realizing that they had some good shots from the outside, but was there better than average quickness to the team? What did this team have besides them being very good talkers?
Alan, I think they probably had a lot of character, a lot of heart, a lot of guts. We weren't very tall. We had Brock coming back. It was 6'4". We had a sophomore who was 6'4". Greg, who was coming in, he was inexperienced, so we weren't real tall. Brian Zachary, 6'3". We had some other guys between 6', 6'2", and then we had some outstanding ball players from the outside. Vince Homer played inside last year on the junior varsity, and I needed some outside help, so we moved him to the outside. And it took him a while to get his shot adjusted. And the only 2 that I had coming back this year were Nathan Choate from the varsity and Perry Howard. When we went to the state tournament, I wasn't worried about the press, because we had played Hobbs, and I knew that we were capable of playing against anybody that could press as well as Hobbs. And when you have Perry Howard who can handle the basketball, you don't worry too much about the press. You had guys that could get the ball to Perry and then get out of his way, let him bring the ball down the floor, and then they were open, and he was able to get him the ball. And I think that's why Tucumcari had such a hard time with us, because he dished out 22 assists in the championship game, and it was because they tried to stop him, and then he got the ball to the open man, and we were able to put it in the basket.
Some of the guys alluded to the fact that it was in the Portales game how important that was, but the fact that we had that the Wildcats had peaked at just the right time. When did you really feel that they had come into their own? Was it the Portales game?
No, I don't think it was the Portales game. It was a big game for us. I think it was the Artesia game. With 5 minutes and about 30 seconds to go in the game, we were down 5 points to Artesia in the first round of the district tournament. Something happened. We took a timeout, and something happened when they went back out on the floor. I think a couple of seniors became men and became leaders. They decided to take over and do what they needed to do to win the game, and we won by 3, but we let them have the last shot. It was really about a 5-point spread at the end. And Coach Tackett and I talked about when we went to play Portales, what we're going to have to do to beat them. They just nearly beat us to death inside, and we knew they had a good, strong inside game, and we had to stop it. And we made some adjustments, and the kids made it work. And when we won that game, I think the kids felt like that they could beat anybody that they played against. And I know the Tucumcari game, that 26-point spread was not really, I think, an indicative of what kind of team we had, because we were tired. We'd won our emotional game against Portales Thursday night. We had to ride the bus 4 hours into that strong wind Saturday. We were tired. We didn't look good up there. And I think we just kind of went through some motion. But I think the Artesia game, in the last 5 minutes of the ball game, made us into probably the kind of ball club that we were capable of being. And the senior leadership, I think, came out then.
There was also one young man that we didn't get to talk with. Would you just mention his name?
He's Brian Zachary. He was a senior, and he was off the junior varsity, 6'3". He came along, and he and Greg did, I thought, an excellent job relieving Brock and Steve. When they would come in, we could go to a different kind of offense. I think we kept teams off balance when we did that. Those 2 guys, for their size, could shoot the ball well from the outside, and they were good free shot shooters. And I think the Portales game kind of showed people we could go into, everybody calls it the North Carolina four-corner offense, but that's really not what we were doing. We were looking for the shot. Portales was playing such good defense, they were letting us get inside, and we said, well, we had the lead. You guys are going to have to come out and get us. And there was 12 guys on this team. I know that sometimes they don't get the ink and the press and all that sat over there on the bench with me that probably had as big a cause for us being there as anybody. And with that kind of support, we were able to accomplish what we did.
Speaking of support, I know that you have great fans. The Lovington Wildcat fans have always been great. You also have some administrators here with Glenn Howell at the high school, and, of course, Dale Caton, the assistant superintendent, and Ross Black, who are all very athletically inclined and I'm sure give you a great deal of support.
They do, and I think as in the state tournament showed, as we won our games, every time Ross came out of the stands, he gave me a hug after each game. I couldn't stand too many more hugs because he was about to break my back. But I think they realized what these kids were capable of doing, and I think we demonstrated that no matter what size we were, what speed we had, I think attitude has a lot to do with a kid's ability to play a game of basketball, the team sport. We showed a positive attitude all year. We took our thumps in the early part of the year. We were 11-14. People didn't believe in us. They called us lucky. They called us everything in the world. But I think the kids showed what kind of class we have, and with the administrators that we had and our athletic director and the support that they gave us, made the kids realize that they were important, and what we did was important not just for us, but for the community, the school, in this area. It's a story come true, you know, when you dream about, and who would ever think a 14 and a 14 team would be state champions?
You bet. But they were. Coach Tackett and Coach Carter, it's a real pleasure talking to you and these fine young men who have a lot of poise and talking for that camera, too. And real Cinderella team, the Lovington Wildcats, state champions, 1983. From the oil fields at Lovington, New Mexico, down in Lee County, we come to Melrose, New Mexico, to the physical education complex, which has just been completed this year, the home of the Lady Buffs. Lady Buffs having just within the last 3 weeks won the state championship in basketball for Class 1A in the state of New Mexico, and that's their second one for the year, as they also won volleyball. And as you saw on the arena wall a while ago, there are banners that designate the fact that the Melrose Buffaloes have been very, very successful here under the leadership of Bob Jema and Brenda Worley Gomez. We're going to meet those Lady Buffs right now.
Pam Hightower, 8th grade.
And Pam, you played quite a lot this year, didn't you? At the end of the year, at least?
Yeah, a little bit.
And that should serve you in good stead as you go into next year as a 9th grader.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Congratulations on a good year.
Thank you.
I'm Gwen Bradley, and I'm an 8th grader.
And you in relation to the other Bradley that plays on this team?
Yes.
And you have aspirations, I guess, to follow in her footsteps and be a pretty good athlete here from Melrose.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, and congratulations on a good year.
Thank you.
I'm Lisa Dodd, and I'm an 8th grader.
And Lisa, do you do anything else here at school in terms of athletics? Are you on the track team?
Yes.
And how's the track team going to do this year?
Pretty good, I hope.
Well, we wish you well. Good luck to you. Congratulations on a good year.
Thank you. Sandy Moore, and I'm a freshman.
And you related to that Moore fellow that is over at Eastern New Mexico University?
Yeah.
Happen to be his daughter, huh?
Yeah.
And you're a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
How was it this year in basketball for you? Did you feel good about that's not a very smart question, I guess, to ask. You had to be pleased with the state championship, right?
Yeah.
And what about your other activities here at school? Are you in track?
Mm-hmm.
And is that all you can say is just yes and uh-huh?
I guess.
You talk kind of like your dad, you know that? Listen, we wish you well and good luck to you.
Thank you. I'm Belinda Copes, and I'm a sophomore.
And Belinda, did you feel good about your contribution to this team this year?
Yes, sir. I worked real hard, and the whole team worked real hard.
And what about the other activities for you?
I play volleyball and track.
Good luck to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Patty Moberly, and I'm a junior.
And Patty, are you in other activities also?
Nuh-uh.
Basketball is your whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And was there any time this year when you thought maybe that it looked like that you weren't going to get back in that state championship game?
No, I kind of thought we'd get back in it.
You knew it the whole year then. What was there a team that gave you more trouble than anyone else during the year?
Yeah, I think Texaco did.
Right here in your own district then.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Come on.
Melissa Mish, and I'm a junior.
And Melissa, do you do anything other than play basketball?
I play volleyball.
And you had a pretty good year at that also, right?
Yeah, fantastic one.
And what are your predictions for next year as far as volleyball and basketball for the Melrose Lady Buffs?
I believe we'll go to state again and probably have a shot at winning.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Denise Lockmiller, I'm a junior.
And Denise, are you in any other activity other than basketball?
Yes, and volleyball and track.
And how about track this year? Are you going to be able to come through and win that state championship in that also?
I hope so.
Were you on the state championship team last year?
Yes.
Very good. What are your events in track?
I run the 220 and the 400 relay and the 800 relay medley.
Good luck to you in that.
Thank you.
Come on up. Come on up.
I'm Rose Vardis, and I'm a junior.
And Rose, are you in agreement with one of the other young ladies who says that Texaco probably gave you the most trouble this year?
Yeah.
And are you in track also?
Yeah.
What do you do?
The hurdles and the 880.
And how has the track team done so far this year?
Pretty good.
We wish you well in track and also next year as you try to keep this string alive.
Okay, thanks.
I'm Brenda Hightower, and I'm a junior.
And Brenda, wasn't there another Hightower that came through here a while ago?
That's my little sister.
And she's in the 8th grade, right?
Uh-huh.
How did she play this year?
I thought she did good in volleyball. She helped us out quite a bit.
And how about you? Are you involved with any other sport besides basketball?
Volleyball and track both.
And what are your events in track?
I do most of the relays, and I'm going to try to run the 800.
Very good. Congratulations to you on a great year, and good luck to you in track.
Thank you.
I'm Melody Riggs, and I'm a junior.
And Melody, what about you? What are your activities that you're involved with?
My main sport is volleyball. I enjoy it better. I play basketball, but that's all.
A volleyball championship in store for next year, you think?
I hope so.
Very good. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And this young man didn't play on the team, but a very valuable member of the team, the manager and trainer.
I'm Cletus Bass, and I'm the manager for basketball, track, and volleyball.
And you work well with these young ladies and also with Coach Jama?
I'm proud of them. I'm really proud of them.
And what do you do as a trainer? Do you tape ankles and those kind of things?
No, I haven't learned how to do that. I just get the water and do whatever they ask me to do.
Very good. Well, I know you're a very valuable addition to it, and congratulations on your part in the state championships.
Thank you.
And a young lady of the name of Robin Bradley, who is well known in this particular area as a senior here and the only senior on this Melrose Lady Buff team. And Robin, you've got track ahead of you and then graduation, right?
Right.
And what are your events as far as track is concerned?
I run the 100 and the 400 dashes and the 800 medley and the 400-meter relay right now.
So you pretty much the Lady Buff track team, huh?
Yeah.
And what are your plans for after Melrose High School?
I plan to go to college. I'm still looking at some. I haven't decided where yet, but I'm going to go.
Very good. Robin, we wish you well the track season and also after Melrose High School.
Thanks a lot.
Coaches for the Lady Buffs, Brenda Worley Gomez on my left and Bob Jama on my right. And we'll start off by just asking Brenda Gomez, this is your first year to coach, and what a good way to get into the situation, huh, with state championship in volleyball and also in basketball?
Yeah, I knew it was a good situation to come into because I already had 3 state championships, and I thought, I heard some good things about Bob, that he could teach or coach well, and I knew it'd be a good situation to get into, so I was real confident when I did come in.
Very good. We congratulate you and know that you have made a real contribution to this program out here, Brenda. And Bob, this is the second year we've come out. We came out after the volleyball championship this last year. They did it again in volleyball, and then here in basketball. You've got to be extremely pleased.
Oh yeah, in volleyball we lost 2 really quality players this year, Patsy Grider and Veronica Dickinson. And I guess the question mark was out on these girls, whether we could do it again or not without the service of 2 all-district performers. And we turned around what we did. We almost duplicated last year's undefeated record. They went 22-1. The only team that beat us was Tatum, and then we turned around and beat them at district, regional, and state. So it worked out really well. As far as basketball is concerned, it was the same thing. We lost Veronica, and she was a whole lot to replace. But we turned around and came out with a better record this year than we did last year. We wound up 24-3, and last year we were 22-7. So that's 6 straight championships in a row for these people, and I think that sets some type of standards for girls' athletics out here.
And one of the young ladies mentioned, in fact, a couple of them did, that Texaco is probably the biggest competition. That speaks well for the district here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of strange with Texaco because everything that we geared all year long in basketball, we geared to stop them offensively, to score against them offensively and stop them defensively. That almost backfired on us up at state against reserve because we were so used to playing against Texaco. We had different defenses designed against them that when we played other teams, we were using the same defense against Reserve and Rehoboth and Weed that we would against Texaco, and it almost backfired. When we got up to state, we had to go strictly man-to-man because we were so used to playing Texaco. We were almost positive we'd see them in a state championship game, but Reserve knocked them out, and then we had a battle on our hands beating Reserve, so we're kind of fortunate.
And just meeting the young ladies here, you have one senior on this ball team. You just must be extremely optimistic about next year.
Oh, yeah. You know, the one senior we're losing is a very good one, just like the one we lost last year in Veronica. And anytime you have to replace a person that is big and good inside, it's kind of tough because inside games where you win most of your games. But Gwen Bradley, who was an 8th grader, was almost as tall as Robin, had 27 games as a starter this year. Like I said, as an 8th grader, and we're hoping she can fill the void that Robin's going to leave. It'll be tough. It'll be a challenge. We'll see what we can do.
Well, we congratulate you on a fantastic year, Bob, and also you, Brenda, and all of the Melrose Lady Buffs. And we hope that you folks enjoyed taking a look at the Lovington High School State Class 3A champion basketball players down in Lovington, and then also here in Melrose. And we hope that you'll join us here this next week on Sports Look.
Illustrated Daily is coming up next. Then at 10, spend an hour with the Marshall Tucker Band on Soundstage. Stay with us here on Channel 3.
State champion Lovington Wildcats, and of course they're state champs of AAA. Coach Art Carger in his first year saw his 11-14 Wildcats at the end of the regular season pull off the impossible. First beating Bernalillo and then Deming on this Vince Homer bank shot with 5 seconds left. And then thoroughly beating Tucumcari, the District 4 AAA champions, a team that had beaten Lovington 84-58 just a week before in the District 4 AAA championship. And if ever there was a Cinderella story, it sure was those amazing Wildcats of 82-83. Well, not quite a year has passed, and the Wildcats and Coach Art Carger at work again, and they're preparing for another season on the hardwood. This year's squad, well, they still have Perry Howard, their senior guard. He had a state record 22 assists in last year's title game, and there's Perry right there. And, of course, along with Vince Homer's younger brother, Pat, a 6'2 junior. Now, Coach Carger knows that after last year's dream year, it's not going to be easy repeating.
Well, I think they believe they can go back to the state tournament. They don't talk about repeating as far as winning the state again. What we're talking about is going back up there and at least trying to prove that it wasn't just a fluke, that we were that good a ball club to do what we did. I'm still in awe. I know the kids are too, because anytime people talk to us about congratulations for being state champion, it's hard to believe that we did, because I can remember back about this time we just hoped we got out of district. These kids are still in awe of playing there. They want to do it again. They have a positive attitude about it, but they know that you got to play game by game, and that's a long way down the road, but that's one of our long-range goals, is to go back to the pit.
Along with Howard and Homer, Brock Pembleton, a 6'4.5" senior, will be in the middle. 6'4" junior Greg Lepore will replace All-State forward Nathan Choate, and a player Coach Carger expects a big year from, only a sophomore, Johnny Hilliard. As for the district, well, Coach Carger had these comments.
Well, I think it's Tucumcari again right now, but I understand Goddard's pretty doggone salty. Dropping down from 4A and then coming into 3A, and they played in the state tournament last year. I'd have to rate probably Lovington, Goddard, and Tucumcari as the three best teams in the district. You got to watch out for Portales. They've got this Walker kid back. If he heals from his knee injuries, he'll be tough. And then I think the Institute, you never know from year to year about them. I talked to Jim Wilburn just earlier, and he said he's rebuilding, but I know Jim well enough that he'll have those kids ready to play when it comes district time.
Whatever happens in 83-84, basketball fans in Lovington will be talking about the Wildcats of a year ago for some time to come. Well, the Wildcats 0-1, losing to La Mesa.
can get stale sitting around too long. But with Coors, stale can't happen. Because if you don't pick up Coors in 60 days, we will. Other leading beers can sit around up to twice as long. But then that's why other beers may not taste as fresh as Coors. Beer after beer.
Coors is the beer made for the way you really like to drink beer.
Nothing. Nobody. I can't understand it. Sorry. Here. I don't want to get any dirt on your wall-to-wall dirt. There's a nice bit of chauvinism. But I always say, there's no venism like chauvinism. Like, no, venism, I know. Merman. I tell you, I used to have a practice back in Boston before I came over here to work for Harry Truman. Doctor tell you to stay away from tobacco? You know the great thing about Boston? It's where all the musicals come to try out before they go on to Broadway. Yeah, that's right. You know, to fix the book, add a few songs, stuff like that. I saw all the great ones there. Oklahoma, King and I, South Pacific.
Some in a for evening, you may meet a stranger.
You know what was great about that? The way he did the ending.
Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
I think the dog is better. I didn't just see hits there, though. Before I left, I saw this real turkey, a musical, Up Your Love. That was a big song from that show, a ballad. You're mine, I'm yours, we're ours. Who but you, who but me, could be us better than we. It was a real turkey. Closed at intermission. I love the theater, but I never come late. That's why the doctor is a tramp. Now, what's wrong with drama? Watch this, watch this. You're gonna love this one, watch this. Laurence Olivier, Richard III.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the son of York.
Now that's really good. Let's see your dog do that. Come on, bring him in. Come on.
좀 비켜요. 이 상이 올라와요.
Huh? What? Forgive me, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was standing in a dining car here. Can I help you? Oh.
참 배고프다. 응? 그런데 이따 끼고 와서 우리하고 같이 식사하세요.
What?
이따 끼고 식사 같이 하자고요.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. I don't know why nobody's here yet. I'm sorry. Sometimes the war hots up and the hospital gets very busy, you know? And then at other times, you can shoot off a cannon in there. Of course, when they do that, then the war hots up all over again.
이리 와서 식사하세요.
I get the feeling I'm speaking in ever-diminishing circles until I disappear up my own mouth hole. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah. I'm glad I called ahead for a reservation.
우리 듭시다.
듭시다.
예.
Good. Hot, spicy.
미군 매운 거 먹지 마.
Your baby's gonna need asbestos diapers. Pretty soon, huh?